Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Radical Geek live stream. It is Sunday night and it is time for coffee talk. So, uh, we are here this evening and we are doing a grocery store taste for coffees. These are all coffees that we can buy nationally within the United States. I did the selections based on suggestions via poll and random conversations and posted up in groups. And in order to truly make it random, we, uh, I say we, but we did all grinds. Only one of the coffees needed ground. Everything else was pre-ground. So uh, each cup here has 12 grams of coffee. All of the grounds are the same size, uh, pretty consistently. Uh, Nothing looks out of scale. So since the one package that I did have to grind, I used a 3 grind. It seems pretty consistent all across the board. What we did was I put all of the coffees with their cups, and then I disappeared, and Attila printed out labels. He put labels on the cups that match labels that are on the bottom of the coffees. Then he hoarded all of the coffees up and took them off to the side, and we've brought our coffee cups here. So hopefully that I don't have like a terrible palate that tells me Folgers is the best, but you never know, right? Because I am not a coffee pro. I am a coffee enthusiast. I don't have training. And while a lot of pros tend to like a medium roast, a more gentle, nuttier, sweeter flavor, I tend to like the coffees that give you a good punch in the face. The only coffee that I put in here that was not a grocery store coffee is from Costco, and it's the generic Kirkland 100% Colombian pre-ground coffee. I added it because it gave me an even number, and because I think that in our keto community, a lot of us have Costco memberships. So I thought it was a good one to kind of throw into the mix. I also know that it's a really strong, staunch kind of coffee, and I don't love it. It's a coffee that we put because you gotta have coffee some days. So let's see who's here and say our hellos, and then we can get to brewing. Let's see. Carrie, who actually watched James Hoffman's do this in his newest video. Perfect. Oh, and Lisa's making an affogato. Man, I wish I had an affogato. So I love that, but I haven't gotten to an ice cream stage yet. Let's see. So Lisa, that sounds awesome. Oh, and Carrie said that he messed himself up on Thanksgiving. He had some ground meat more than what he usually eats, and then on Friday he ate more, and it made him sick. Oh, I'm sorry. That sounds terrible. Well, hopefully you heal up really quick. Let's see. Oh, that's me. I'm talking. Well, I'm in the live stream. That's because I was getting set up. So, and Lisa, oh, you know what? That's okay. Being behind on videos makes it great for when you have that day off and you just need to like chillax. Then you have something you can do. So, oh, and also cooking dinner for the kids. So Sharon's here, just popping in, but has stuff to do tonight, so can't hang around. That's okay. Hey, I'm gonna send you a message tomorrow, though, of exciting things. Let's see. Yeah, oh Carrie, after people get sick, that's not unusual to not have to not want to eat for a while. That's fine. Try and get your hydration, some water with maybe, I know that you don't normally do fruits and vegetables, but maybe even just a little tiny bit of lemon juice that'll help with that, settle everything down. Oh, and Haley's here. Hey, I'm glad to see you. And OP. Oh, and thank you for the shout out about being almost at 500. Do you know that the stream is actually, the channel has actually been up to like 505, but some of it must have been bots or duplicates from IPs, because periodically YouTube will go through there and scrub stuff out, or people subscribe because they found one thing interesting and then they watch a few and decide that it's not for them. That's all right. It'll get back up again, no problem. So, hey, Rickwin, good to see you. And Gigi's here. Good evening. And Renee's here. I love the huge ass me name. That one's hilarious. So, almost home from your holiday trip. 25 minutes out. So, yeah, I love seeing all the hanging out you guys did, though. That was awesome. So, let's see. Oh, and Shauna's here. Feels like you haven't made it in a while, but you know what? Actually, it was really, I think, only the 1 week because you were at your scrapbooking event. But that's okay because it's always a delight when you're around. And then Jackie's joined us. Hey, Jackie, I'm excited. I'll see so many people this coming weekend. And Brenda has joined us. Wow, we got a lot of people here today. And Jennifer, good evening to you. So, yes, all the hoorays. Oh, Visual Keto's here, and Jen has made it over. Hoofinet's here. A bluegrass girl. Let's see. I think we're almost caught up. Oh, hey, and J-Dog. We haven't seen you in a while. Oh, J-Dog, I don't even have big nerd stuff today. But we do have lots of coffees. So, let me make sure I've got this pot up to the right temperature. I've got both pots because I wasn't convinced that I would have enough in one. And both of these pots come to 195 and hold. So we'll use one and then the other. That's it. I did try to get, like I said, I didn't get the turbo. Oh, and my tasting spoon. Can't have a coffee tasting without my favorite gold coffee tasting spoon, right? So... And Carrie says I can always nerd coffee. We'll see. But let's go ahead and get these brewing. And I have my palate cleanser. I've got a glass of water with, it has 1 teaspoon of lemon juice and 1/4 teaspoon of the Keto Chow Daily Minerals. So I just want to get these all about the same. And this is not like grand brewing. This is tasting brewing. So it's just like rough and ready. All you do is you have the grounds in there and we're pouring the water right on top of it. And then we'll let everything settle for a few minutes. Let the fine sink to the bottom and get to tasting. So some of these I'm really going to be surprised if I like them. Like I said, I got Folgers in there. I did get the Dunkin Donuts. It's just the original Dunkin Donuts. I will tell you, when I was grinding, I thought that the Dunkin Donuts smelled better than anything I've ever had in their stores. So, I'm just saying, it kind of makes me wonder if it's their brew method. But we'll find out as we taste. Just kind of taking a moment. I don't want to spill all over my table. We just cleaned this cloth. So. Oh, let me see. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, I'm working on some things with Tea Punk Tea. They're good friends of one of my besties in the whole wide world. And they sell like some really awesome tea blends. So, watch this space for in a few weeks. This one does not have as much water as the others. Let me just top it. There we go. There we go. They all are pretty close. All right. I'm going to give 1 stir to each of them to help the fine sink to the bottom. And bring the crema to the top, which will get it ready for tasting. You can sort of see it on the screen how as I give them that stir, it brings the crema to the top. That's cool. These black cups kind of working out differently than I expected. Nice. Maybe I should not worry about always having to have clear cups. I didn't realize it. Well, but you still can't see the brew color. And a little bit of rinse before we taste. So let's see. What do we got here in the comments? We'll give them just a moment to settle. We'll tell you. And you sort of can see it on the screen. This one is lighter in color than this one over here. So this one hardly has any crema and grounds are on the top. I don't care for that at all. Find that very interesting. This one looks the most creamy and foamy. This one is darker and the grounds are not sinking. It's interesting. I could almost sort them by color. Fascinating. I didn't expect that. So, I see Hungry Heath is here. That means, oh, and the Warden is here. Awesome. Oh, and OP says they used to love the original U-Band. Oh, you know what? I haven't seen that coffee in ages. So, let's see. Lots of hearts and stuff back and forth. By the way, you guys, if you haven't been watching the Hungry Heath and the Warden, they've been spending a lot of time with huge ass meat there, and their updates have been really cool. So let's hope that these grounds settle some more before I have to taste it. All right, so this one in the back is coffee number 1. And I think we'll just taste them and start ranking them. Hmm. It's just it's okay. I'm going to say this is not the worst coffee ever. It's just very puny. Kind of lightly vegetable leaning instead of that smoky sort of way. Let's see. Those are the back ones. This one's number 3. Coffee number 3. Oh, Exchange Student 2 mentioning about how the shrimp didn't go well. Yeah, that's a bummer. And I gave the shrimp to my kid today. I was so sad, but there was no question. It was no bueno. Forgot to rinse this. And there's some grounds in there. I always hate that part. I like a nice clear. I might have needed the minerals because the water is like extra nice. So, let's see. This one smells better than the first one. Ugh. I don't know what number 3 is, but I don't like it. Ugh. It's better than Roasty Buds, though. We'll just say that. So, I'm going to say, out of this one, this is the winner. This one's a second place. So, now another thing I'll tell you about the store-bought coffees. The number one reason that I normally don't buy them, especially when they're pre-ground, is because while coffee doesn't necessarily go bad, it does go stale. And as they go, because really, the nice thing about buying from your local roasting coffee areas or small roasters is that their coffees have fast turnaround. And while coffees don't go bad, sometimes the oils can go rancid, but more importantly, especially if they're pre-ground, they go stale and their flavor starts to deteriorate. So you're actually getting a much lesser coffee. Go across the back, I guess. So that was this one. Let's just see. Wish I was getting less grounds in there. I've had a better job with that in the past on these kind of things, but it is what it is. Little grounds don't hurt anybody. I like to smell the coffees too, and this one so far is the best smelling of them. This one is coffee number 5. Actually, This one's really mild. It has an aftertaste, but I'm going to put it here. We're going to get rid of this one. And Carrie's hit the nail on the head. If you buy in the store, you never know how long they've been in the bins. And you can't get at the store when you put them in bags. Exactly. And even though they have expiration dates are meaningless. What you actually need is roasted date. The date that it was roasted would give you much more information, and a lot of commercial coffees don't include that. What they do have is that expiration date, which is irrelevant, and then also because they are such large producers, they often buy second grade of beans or even lower. Jackie says Folgers taste like chemicals to me. I'll be honest, I've had Folgers in the past and I hated it, but I don't know that with this method that I'm truly going to get a huge difference. We'll see. Okay, I was going across the back. Let's be consistent. This one is coffee number 4. Okay, so I had 4 and 5 somehow next to each other. This one has a very neutral smell, whereas this one was the more vegetable leaning, but tasted pretty good, better than this one. I think we'll go back and forth between them. And the warden says she would still drink Folgers before Dunkin Donuts. I'm willing to give Dunkin Donuts home a try because it's performed well in lots of tastings. And I really think the problem might wind up being the store. Ugh. Oh, that's even worse than 3. So I don't know what 4 is, but I do not like 4. Well, 4 had like, it tasted burned. And not like in that toasty roasty that you get out of the of like a Bustelo, which by the way, no, I don't have Bustelo in here. I explained that Bustelo is an espresso grind and it does not belong in the same categories as 3 grinds. That would be like a whole espresso tasting, which we can do sometime. I would not be sad about that. Huge asked me, what do I mean by vegetable tasting? Sort of like coffee with like boiled peas or green beans, like a little green beanie or grassy aftertaste. Like, yeah, so like if you open canned vegetables and then you heat them up on a saucepan and then you take a little taste of the juice, like that, an aftertaste of it. So that's what I'm thinking. Let's get this one over with. This one has the grinds floating on top, so it's going to be a gritty taste. I need another water in between. That 4 stuck in my mouth. The warden said she tried the Dunkin Donuts grocery store bag and still hated it. That she thought it was the store, but nope. This one has a weird smell too. It smells like a very far away, faint, skunky sort of smell, which can sometimes still have a good taste to it. So we'll go with it. On the spoon, it tastes better. Oh. Okay, this is number 7. And number 7 is actually, I think, I'm going to put 7 up here. It's very smooth. So we have 3 more, and then we're going to go back and taste these top ones, and we will just disregard these over here. 3 and 4 are terrible. Now, this one is the darkest, followed by this one. So let me see if we put these side by side. Actually, these two are fairly similar. This one had the creamiest top. Oh, and Carrie said they must have ground up Pepe Le Pew with the skunky flavor. It wasn't skunky flavor. It had a slight skunk smell, but the taste was really quite nice. It's probably the Folgers. I don't have a good palate, and my palate's been off today, so this is a weird day to do tasting. Like, everything is tasted a little bit tinny. All right. Which one's this one? This one is coffee number 2. Let's see. Okay, so coffee number 2 isn't terrible, but honestly, it doesn't even have coffee taste. It tastes like water. So if you ever need a very neutral coffee, we'll just set this to the side. If you want something neutral, coffee number 2. Like, that's so bizarre. Visual Keto says they've been liking a few varieties from the Verona Street Coffee lately. A Dubuque, Iowa company. So, okay, that's cool. Yeah. And Carrie noticed that I got my tablecloth dirty. I did. That's all right. It'll wash again. That's why it's linen and machine washable. So, okay. Neutral. Neutral is not a bad thing. Terrible and nasty. What do we got here? This is coffee number 6 and coffee number 8. And coffee number 8 is a really dark looking one. Let's see. This one's nice. I'm gonna put this one here. 6. So far, that's been that one was. It has like a little, almost a. I don't know. It's just very smooth and. I'm trying to think of the right word. It's a little bit on the nutty taste side. So. I keep forgetting to wash my spoon off so I don't mix the flavors. This tasting is not taking me as long as I thought. Of course, now I've got, look at all of the ones that I were like, these aren't bad. But then we can taste them again and whittle it down. Oh, this is the one. This one's great. It's very medium. There's no tart, no bitter. It's got a rich coffee flavor. Slight nuttiness. It's a little bit sweet, but not cloying. I could filter this and drink it. This is good. This is my favorite coffee number 8. So far, coffee number 8's the winner. So let's go back. We'll do a side by side. 6 and 8. Let's see what we've got here, though. Oh, Brenda's talking about the local roaster shop called Grounds for Thought. They can walk there from their house. Nice. you should, in your area, I believe you might also be able to get Silverbridge. They're a local out of this area, but they're pretty tasty. And Exchange Student 2 says it'll be hilarious if it's Folgers. I know. I will feel so ashamed of myself if this is Folgers. But number 8 is really good. I am digging it and would consider actually purchasing it. Okay, so. Oh, and thank you for that compliment, Air Fryer Auntie, who says you'd hardly call me an amateur. Oh, for sure I am, though. That's okay. There's no shame in being an amateur. It's still good, but it's not as good as 8. Let me taste 8 again. No, this one's still the winner. 8's definitely the winner. This was still good. Rickwin, yes. I did try the last coffee. So I was trying them and comparing to all the ones that I said were not terrible and ranked. So 8 so far as my number 1 winner, and I so far haven't liked it. Oh, Carrie, your jokes crack me up. Oh, I did try this last coffee. This one, this was coffee number 2. This was the one that when I tried it, it was neutral. Like, it didn't have any bad taste, but it also didn't really have taste. So, not sure what to think about that. So I just set it off to the side because I guess there's nothing wrong with it, but it was definitely, I don't know, like, I'm not sure. There was like no coffee to it. I'll even taste it again just to double check myself. There's nothing. That's so bizarre. And it looks really rich and dark too. Like it's super, super dark and brewed, and there's like no taste to it. So weird. So whatever number 2 is, I would say if you needed something neutral to have at a party, you can buy that and like nobody will mind because there's no coffee taste. Except for your hardcore coffee drinkers who are going to be like, there's no coffee in this coffee. So, all right. So this was 6. I also think that going between them, I might change my mind on some, but I don't know. It's just a lot of. Actually, I'm downgrading 7. I now like 6 better than 7. And actually, I'm putting 7 over here in the not so great coffees now. So we're down to 6 and 8. This is coffee number 1. See if I can't clear out some of these grounds. They're really I'm gonna run out of water. Let's see. Oh, and Rickwin says now Attila needs to supply the names to the numbers. Well, he brought all of them down and lined them up down here on a cooler so we can do the reveal after I'm done going through them all. This number 6, it's kind of got a little bit of nuttiness to it. I just know this is going to be like a terrible coffee and I'm going to have shame. But, or maybe the 8. The 8 is definitely still delicious. Air fried auntie, yes, steeping time makes a difference. The coffee will change in flavors, and the 7 went terrible. It started out great, and now as it sat, it went in with the terrible coffees. So, but 8 is holding strong, and as it continues to steep, the flavor is developing a little bit more. I would say I'm not sad about it. Uh, 6 is better than 1, but 1 is not bad. So we'll set 1 off to the side. It'll have a sort of a pass. So 8 is still the number 1. So let's see. I'm so I mean, so just so you guys know, like I've been non-athletic because of my ankle injury, and Attila has been cycling like crazy. And yesterday he did like a super intense ad, which is the only reason that I'm not asking Attila to come down here and like hand me coffees to do the reveal, because I feel like it would just be unnecessarily cruel. He's up there in his space and having a good time playing a game and probably not paying attention to me slurping coffees down here. So, I will also say, I don't know. What do we have? 8, 6, and 5? Interesting. Let's taste 5 again. Five's not bad. Oh, Rickwin says, and the puppies are going, we're home again. Oh, from Hugh Jazz Meat, yes. Oh, and Jackie made Joe's lasagna recipe and everyone liked it. First time everyone liked something. Nice, that's great. So, I'm going to say these two coffees, 5 and 6, are ties. 6 is, well, let me see. 5 back here, I don't know. It's actually okay. Yeah, nope, actually it's 6. 6 and 8. So, all right, so 8 is the winner. 2 is this oddly neutral one, so we'll set it to the side. Oh, 6. 8 is the winner. So, let's see, what do we got in there? Oh, Carrie, you think I'm going to be jacked up on the caffeine, but really, I just took a few sips, and honestly, I don't think we'll keep the coffees. I might keep this one and then run it through a filter. Like, if I were smart, I would get one of my coffees at one of my devices and filter it out and probably drink it. But like especially these bad ones, I'm probably gonna discard. 7 turned pretty bitter. Maybe I would keep this one and make a red eye gravy because I do like tart and bitter. Oh, and Attila is paying attention. But that's okay. I'm still not asking you to come down the stairs. I feel like I can slip out of the camera view and grab coffees. Where you put them on the... I probably should have verified that they were still there. Yes. So. Oh, and Hugh just says that Jolly, her dog, has visual deficits because his mama bit him in the head as a pup. Oh, Andy has lupus. So our Dyson is kind of he's got issues as well, but he was a puppy mill rescue. And when we got him, if you can picture all fours, from like just below his back all the way down to his feet, he had no fur at all. And when we got him, he was also kind of like a little bit of a bait and switch because I went to a rescue, and it was because when I agreed to go to this rescue to take a dog because they had an elderly Pomeranian that had been surrendered, and it was a guy had just taken it, and then when we were talking, I was like, "Oh, why'd you take your dog to a rescue? I would love a Pomeranian." But it was already, the deed was done, but his mom had passed away, and he was military, so he gets deployed a lot, and I knew he couldn't take care of it. So I went to get that dog, but the foster family said, "Oh, we're keeping it." And then they were like, "But we have these puppy mill rescues," and at the time, it was truly not my intention to take one of them little dogs home, but Dyson, who did not have the name Dyson, came, and he was just so lovey and so scared, and he had no furs. I brought him home, much to the shock of everybody who was expecting, everyone who was well prepared for an awesome, well trained elder dog. And instead, I brought home this neurotic little puppy with no fur. And we had to do all kinds of stuff to take care of him. And the vet was like, "I don't know if his hair will grow back." But we had to get like salve to put on his skin. And then he had to wear like little pajamas. So I was like that crazy lady with the nervous little dog in a purse wearing pajamas. He had winter coats and boots and all kinds of stuff. But his hair did grow in. His hair has grown in enormously. He's got extra fur, obviously, and despite the fact that he still has like some doggy anxieties and stuff, hey, he's gotten better. So, oh, Rickman says their dogs always have to investigate and sniff and run around when we get home. Yeah, that's typical. So, oh, Jackie's saying option for the giveaways. They're debating luck of the draw or put your name into the giveaways you're wanting. With honestly, I feel that for ease, you could just do a luck of the draw, and then if people don't like it, it is a giveaway, so it's a freebie. That's what we did, luck of the draw, and people traded and swapped, and after some of it got sent around other places. Speaking of crazy little dogs, there's mine now. I don't know what the heck he's barking at up there. It's just cats. Oh, OP says love heals. Maybe. Oh, he's making his pathetic little howl. Oh, it cracks me up. Oh, hey, two crazy ketos. So let me grab coffees and let's find out what number 8 is. So let's see. Let me dig them up. I'm coming off the screen, but you can still hear me, and you can hear my dog flipping out. So we had, 8 o'clock. I forgot about 8 o'clock. And then Cameron's Hawaiian blend. You guys, they smell good in the package. And Peet's dark roast. This is the one that is the whole bean that I had to grind. Everything else came ground. So, goodness. And then this is the Kirkland, the regular Kirkland. And just so you know, 4 is the worst. 4 is the worst. Then 3 and 5. And then 7 almost makes it to drinkable. But not as much as this one here. Coffee number 1. So, let's see. Yes, there's still more. Well, the Tim Hortons coffee. I sure hope I like the Tim Hortons coffee. And McDonald's. All right, McDonald's coffee is coffee number 2. Where did that line up? Aha! McDonald's coffee is the coffee that had no taste whatsoever. The neutral coffee. So, neutral, 0 taste. And as I recall, on James Hoffman's video, the McDonald's coffee fared rather well, which makes sense because he likes lighter roast and sweet leaning. So something pretty neutral makes sense that it would fit in that category. I didn't hate it. It just had no flavor. It still has no flavor. That's so bizarre to me. All right, let's find out. The Folgers is coffee number 5. Oh, so it wasn't the worst, but it was in the bad coffee pile. Aha. Bad coffee, Folgers. Oh, actually, is it the worst? Oh, wait a minute. It is the worst. Because 7 was almost drinkable, and then this was not good, the worst. So Folgers is the worst. Ha! I haven't completely lost it. Folgers is the worst. Wah, wah, wah. All right. Look at all of the talking. Oh, and Cherie has joined us and says 8 o'clock is their jam. Well, I hope I'm not going to diss it, but some of the coffees, obviously, I didn't like blind tasting, so let's find out. Oh, drum rolls. And Carrie says he used to drink the 8 o'clock, but because you can get the 2-pound at Kroger for about $13. Yes, it was very reasonably priced, and it was on sale and had a coupon. And Jen's asking if I feel vindicated because the Folgers came out bad. I do. I feel very smug about it. So let's see. Cameron's Hawaiian blend is coffee number 6. Oh. Okay, so Cameron's Hawaiian is number 2. The second winner. Second runner up. So almost the best. So Cameron's Hawaiian blend. Nice. So Roasty Buds and Folgers will never be sponsored for this YouTube channel. Probably not. I would say no. They will not. I'm so curious. All right. Let's see. Dunkin Donuts is coffee number 3. Where did the 3 wind up? 1, 4. Oh, okay. So Dunkin Donuts, second worst. All right, so I still didn't like it. How about that? You know, can I just tell you guys, in the package, it smells good. How can it taste so bad when it smells like that? It smells great. Oh, what a disappointment. I was hoping that I was going to be wrong and that I would be like, hey, if you make it at home, Dunkin' Donuts coffee's good. And Carrie says the people at his church love Folgers. Man, you know, there's no accounting for taste. A lot of people like Folgers. Clearly, I did not. It is just terrible. Throw the Folgers on your bushes and keep down the insects. Yes, that's probably a good idea for it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Once I'm done, I might, or because it's open, so I can't just donate it. But if I find some place that'll take it, I might be willing to just give it to you. Oh, an exchange student too said they wanted me to try caribou, but we didn't have caribou. I couldn't find it in the grocery. So if it shows up, we'll taste it again another time, and we could do a side-by-side. So, all right. Let's get this big bag out of the way. All right, so, the Kirkland is coffee number 1. Where did that wind up? It's 7, 4, 1. Okay, so it wasn't terrible in the worst categories over here, but the Folgers ran into the I can drink this and I won't be completely sad. So, all right. Okay. Costco for the win, I guess. Very average, but dirt cheap. All right. So, I don't know. Let's see. What is the Tim Hortons? Oh, hey guys, Tim Hortons is coffee number 8. So I liked the Tim Hortons. How bizarre is that? Tim Hortons is the winner. Oh, now I feel like I ruined it because there's coffees here that aren't the winner. I wish the winner had been the last one. Tim Hortons coffee. How about that? It tastes good and I would drink it. How about that? It's a surprise to me. So wait a minute. Peet's is number 7. Okay. Where did I put that 7? Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Kirkland is number 1. Okay. I had them mixed up. And then 7 is the Peet's. So, wow. Okay, so Peet's was the one that tasted good at first, and then as it sat, it got bad. So it developed like a skunky aftertaste to it as it went along. Very, very interesting. So, okay. I would say not Peet's. Am I missing a coffee? Oh, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock coffee is number 4. That was in my I did not like it category. How unusual. Because a lot of us like 8 o'clock coffee. You know what? I used to buy 8 o'clock and thought I loved it. So how about that? Maybe just by itself, it's not nearly as bad. But when you have other choices, let's see. Oh, and Carrie says that's funny since James Hoffman loved Tim Hortons coffee as well. Yeah. How about that? And the warden says that worked out since it's so big. It did. I'm really weirded out by how neutral the McDonald's coffee is. Maybe that's why I don't mind it on the road. Oh, and Jackie says their mom has friends that make their own coffee. And would I be interested in something like that? Yeah, it's clean. Of course. I am a big fan of small roasting. I think small roasted coffees are the best. And Carrie says he thinks a lot of people like Peet's because it can be a strong brew. And that's true, Carrie. And I liked it. In fact, it was a front runner the first round. And then as it sat, it became really not good. So if you're going to drink your coffee right away, not let it sit around, the Peet's would be fine because the first round of tasting, as it was the first one, it actually was pretty tasty. Freshly brewed, it was pretty good. So, and the warden said she's had Tim Hortons in Canada, but don't remember being awestruck. Okay, so listen, I'm going to be very forthright. Out of the coffees I tasted, this tasted the best. But if I were to put this side by side with any of the coffees that I drink on the regular from like out of my coffee beans, when I have like the Silverbridge that I enjoy, or especially the Nguyen Robusto lines, even the Nguyen that's the half and half Robusto, half Arabica, the Vietnamese coffees, blows it out of the water. It would not be my choice in that case. Out of the grocery coffees, the Tim Hortons was the clear winner. It is miles above the rest. All right, maybe feet above the Cameron. But once you get past these two, it goes downhill quickly. So this is Tim Hortons original blend. So original medium roast. Canada's favorite coffee. It says. I don't know if I believe that, but it probably is very popular. how does Tim Hortons compare to the poop coffee? Okay, so listen. The poop coffee didn't taste like coffee. It tasted like wheatgrass. 100% did not like it. The poop coffee, I just couldn't get past it. It did not taste right. So. And Who Just Meat says she doesn't think she's ever had Tim Hortons coffee. And Carrie says Tim Horton was a hockey player. I didn't know that. I actually don't know a lot of Tim Hortons facts, which is crazy. Now I feel like I'm going to have to educate myself a bit. And Exchange Student 2 is saying no food tonight, asking if I already had my second meal today. I did, and because I was doing this elaborate tasting business, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to manage also cooking. But I will tell you guys what I ate today. This morning I had some of my pork roast in broth with the last of my last two. I don't know what to call them. They're like fake seasoned eggs because I'm not eating any coconut aminos or stuff like that yet. So I actually put my soft boiled eggs into beef broth, and they were fantastic. So it was sort of like a substitute for the seasoned egg. And I ate that with an egg bun for my meal one. And then meal two, I had fried eggs, a meringue, a big fluffy meringue, and then a bun with butter and some bacon. So and Haley says she's never tried Tim Hortons, but she's not a fan of McDonald's and she loves Dunkin Donuts. So, that's the thing. Taste is very subjective. If you love it, that's good to know. Hey, are you going? I don't know where you're located. Are you going to the indie meetup on Saturday? Let me know. And Marianne says she's been drinking the camera lately. She's glad it was okay to me. I've been enjoying it. Okay, so yeah, it was, like I said, it was second place. So second place is not bad. It means it's drinkable. Now take another drink just for you, Marianne. And it's actually better. It's improving as it sits and cools. So that's kind of cool. Let's go back to taste this one again, too. Yeah, the Tim Hortons is good. It's a little bit on the tartar side, which I enjoy, but I do like it. Now, like I said, of course my regular coffees blow it out of the water, but no regrets. I actually got this coffee for Keto Palooza, and so we've been kind of using it when we're lazy, and it's been like, okay, it's coffee. It's good for butter coffee, which kind of mutes flavors. So, and Carrie says he put some Redmond salt on his hand and licked it and had some water earlier and a heating pad on his abdomen. Okay, that's good. Yeah, do some self-care. Make sure that you're doing that hydration stuff. That's going to be real important. I hope that you do a little bit better. I'm sorry. I feel so bad for you. It sounds absolutely miserable. And, Hugh Just Me is completely unpacked and ready for a shower, dinner, and couch time while you do laundry. Wow, that was really fast unpacking. You just got home. Our next big trip, we're going to Indy next weekend, but the next big deal is, for us would be the OhioCon in January 19th. So I've got a bunch of sewing I've got to get rolling on because I've been procrastinating. But it's all coming together nicely. And that, when I have to get unpacked, is going to be a whole week worth of adventure because we've got the board game library traveling with us. And I'll get it all put back on shelves and stuff, but on Sunday after teardown, we have to rent a U-Haul. That U-Haul is going to have to come back, and I'm asking the people who are delivering it. Well, Attila's going to be one of those people. The 3 people who will be coming back to unload it, I'm asking them to please just put everything into our garage so that it can stay dry. But then I will have over the course of the week, then bring it back into the house and put it back on the shelving the way it goes. But if it just comes all into the house and gets piled up, I'll be so overwhelmed I won't be able to put it back properly or in a timely fashion. So that's why I was requesting the garage where I can bring in small amounts at a time and pick through the ordering of it. So. Oh, okay. Well, hey, I'm sorry it's too far, but yeah, that would be kind of a nightmare with 3 small children. I was just going to say, because I didn't know if you were there, I was going to be like, I'll just bring you this Dunkin Donuts. You can have it. If someone loves Folgers and will be in Indy, you just let me know. I'll bring that too. Otherwise, I probably will sprinkle it in our gardens and stuff because it will help drive away the deer just a smidge, which would be quite the blessing. I also have some areas where we could use it as the fertilizer, and I won't be sad about that at all. So there we go. Coffee tasting. So keep in mind, I'm still 100% going to recommend buying from your local roasters. Like I said, while I like the Tim Hortons, this local roasters where we buy beans, or even Fresh Time where we buy coffee beans there that are cycled through really quickly, all of them make this, the gap between the two are tremendous. So, yep. Well, Carrie, the deer just have to live with it. They will survive. We have a really big herd, so I don't mind getting rid of them out of the yard for a little bit. And Who Just Meat says it's because she's like a ninja. Plus, traveled with pups, so getting their stuff unpacked has to happen quickly. That makes sense. So. All right, so, and that was our coffee tasting. Let me know what you thought or what you think, or if you drink any of these coffees and what your thoughts are. Just leave them in the comments. In fact, leave comments because you never know what kind of weird things would happen based on comments. So I would do that. Leave some comments here. And Air Fried Annie says she has a strange inkling for a mug of coffee. Well, now would be the time. So let's do that. Let's go enjoy our evening coffees before we go to bed. And I'm going to have my magnesium. Oh, thanks, Carrie. Carrie said he liked the tasting. Oh, Jackie, were you asking if that was a cat making that little sound? No, that was my Pomeranian. He is crying for attention. So, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the tasting. It was a little bit crazy, but it was pretty good. I'm glad, hoping it. Maybe next time we can do teas from the grocery store. Like your standard tea bags. I don't know. We'll make something fun. But definitely leave some comments on this after it posts tomorrow. All right, guys. I'll see you and enjoy. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.